Hey planner friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning from the 24th to the 30th of March in my A5 Archer and Olive notebook, and I'm using a mystery kit from Plannerface this week. This was the January 2025 mystery. It's called Spring Awakening, and I picked this because it's Mother's Day in the UK this week, and also it's like the first week of spring, so I wanted a nice bright springy kit to use. And yeah, I just really liked the colours of this kit and the like general vibes. There is like a whole extra page of like a fifth colour, and I'm not actually going to use that because I didn't realise it existed until I was flipping through this kit before I started filming, so none of the stickers that I've pulled out actually match it at all. I have all of my stickers pulled out in my Plannerface reusable sticker album, and I have my planning notes in front of me. So let's get started with the base of this spread. So to start off with, I think I'm going to use the green flag for my sidebar. Oh, I usually do the sidebar from the bottom up. I have toolboxes for the first time in a while this week, so I need to decide what I'm doing. I think I'm going to use this really cute like birdhouse. And then I need my habit tracker. And then for the toolbox, I think I'm going to go with this ginger girl holding the flowers. And then I'll add in some pink into the sidebar for my focus box for the week. So I have some deco, and then a March script from Plannerface. So this week I actually remembered to predate my date covers, so we're going to go in with those next. So this week has been a pretty standard week. I've got my usual sort of layout for this kit. For a while with like Plannerface mystery kits, I was always like, oh, I have to have like the right day to use them because they're like much bigger kits than I would usually buy with just a mini kit. So I've actually got like loads of them that I've just been hoarding and been like, I need to use this for the perfect day. But this year I'm really trying to use up my kits and like not just have them sat in albums losing their like stickiness for ages. So I was like, this kit fits the theme for this week perfectly, and I'm going to use it even though it's like nothing particularly big has happened this week. Obviously I've said it's Mother's Day today while I'm filming, but me and my mum agreed that because we went to Berlin like 2 weeks ago together, she didn't really want me to do anything for Mother's Day. So next I'm gonna go in with my glitter headers. Yeah, so a pretty standard week this week. I still had a slightly different like working pattern compared to my usual, just because of there being like no staff in my team at work at the moment. But it wasn't as tiring as last week, I think, because I didn't have the added stress of like my neighbours being super noisy this week and having got back really late and done loads the week before. So I'm feeling fairly rested. But then Sunday afternoon after training, I started feeling like I was getting a migraine, and I was like, that's not fair. But I think I've managed to nip it in the bud, and I'm feeling okay today, just a little bit sluggish. I can cope with sluggish. Oh, I've just realised that this might have been like a really nice week to colour block. Oh well. Do I want to switch to colour blocking? No, I'm going to leave it. Okay, so for full boxes, I have an extra toolbox, which is slightly different. And then I only have like 1, 2, 3, like 3.5 boxes that I need to use. And because this is a mystery kit, it's got so many. So this fashion girl is that one. I don't need that one. I feel like I'll use the cat on Saturday. And I also really like this like bouquet one. So I think I might put that on Sunday. And then I have the wellies with the like tulips in up here. So I might go for this one. Add in an extra glitter header just to break these up a smidge. And then I think I'll go for this one. I mean, it does mean I've got two with a wooden backing, like right next to each other, but I think they look different enough. So I'll just trim the top of that off. Okay, then I just need to add in my weekend banner. Oh, actually, I haven't done my bottom washi. Jeez, Natalie, wake up. Okay, so this is a super cute bottom washi. And then I can add in my weekend banner. Okay, there is the base of our spread. Okay, so starting on Monday, I was working in the office this day, so I'm going to use a patterned quarter box. I really don't have a lot to like mark on Monday, so I'm going to try and not squish everything together too much. After work, I then filled out my lifting journal, or like set it up for the week. It's like a really quick setup. I then had my first training session of the week, which was my snatch session. This week training felt really good, like the best it's felt for a while, and I think it's because I'm finally getting the hang of those these block lifts that I've been doing for the past couple weeks. Like they're finally starting to make sense. So I think I did pretty well at the spacing on that one, because I'm only going to move this one a smidge, and I think it's because it was wonky. So for work this week, I'm using these multicolour paper chart icons instead of vanillas. So I've got a purple desktop, and then the book doodle from the kit for my lifting journal. I'm using dumbbell version 2 again from Plannerface for my training, and that's a snatch custom script. And then to mark just some gaming in the evening, I have this vanilla gaming. Okay, super easy first day of the week. Moving on to Tuesday, I worked from home this day, so I'm going to use a quarter box to mark that in. When I finished work, well, kind of on my lunch break, I had a few little things to do. So I can't remember what they were, but they were just like little life admin things. I think one was for my like coaching course, just finishing the like sign up to that. And then I had my second training session of the week, and this was again one of those like block lift sessions that actually went really well. At the end of the day, I wanted to mark in having a little YouTube binge, so I wanted to use pink for that, so I'll just pop that in now so you can see how much space I have left for playing some Baldur's Gate with Becca. I don't think I'm going to fit in one of those. Maybe one of these from the mystery sheet. Go for a green one. Yeah, I'll play around with the space in a smidge, but I think that fits pretty well. Okay, so for work, I'm using the laptop from the work icons sheet. And then I have the notebook doodle from the kit. I've then got another dumbbell version 2 from Plannerface and a custom script to say this was my clean session. And then got another Vanilla, which does kind of cover up that whole deco bit, but oh well. Paper Shire to mark playing some Baldur's Gate with Becca. And then a TV to mark in having a little YouTube binge after we stopped gaming. I was trying to like go to bed at a reasonable time, but then I wasn't tired, so I just watched a little YouTube. On Wednesday I was working on site, and I had another week where I did 2 days on site in a row, and that's kind of why I was so exhausted. So Wednesday I'm going to use a third box to mark in working on site. When I got home I had some Happy Mail from Plannerface, which was perfect timing because I really needed to set up my April monthly. The months just keep like zooming past and I don't expect them to be done so quickly, and then all of a sudden I need to be like setting up for the next month and I don't even have the kit for it. This day one of my YouTube videos went up, so I'm just marking that in. And I had an early night, so I'm going to use a little thing for that and then see what I can fit in the gap. I think it might be one of these. What colour would it be? I've used all the colours. Okay. Blue. Oh yeah, that fits perfectly. Okay, so I have another icon from Paper Shire, and then the sticker doodle from the kit to mark in the Happy Mail. I think there's a script as well. Yeah. Let's chuck that in. I then have this like monitor doodle from the kit and upload to mark in my YouTube video going live. I'm then using the cat deco from the kit just to kind of we played a lot of Baldur's Gate this week, but I don't want to have a vanilla on every single day. And then to mark in getting an early night, I have this Lottie from Stick with the Plan Co. And I'll just trim her so she fits in the box. Moving on to Thursday, I also worked, oh that's annoying, oh well. I know that the glitter header is pink, but I have a pink doodle to pull out and I've been like colour matching the doodles to the boxes the whole time, so I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, so I worked on site again this day, and when I got home I was exhausted. So it's just going to mark that in. Because I was tired, I forgot that I needed to pop to Tesco to get some stuff on the way home from work. So I did a little whoosh order, which is expensive, but like I was so tired I wasn't getting up and going out again. I then played a little bit of Sims. And then once Becca was online, we switched over to Baldur's Gate. So I think I'm going to use oh, the swatch is not big enough. Oh, that's too big. I'll stick with my original plan and go with the swatch. And we can just move some stuff around. Yeah, so as you can like see from this week, it was a pretty chill one, like thankfully. I have now got even more stuff kind of booked up for the rest of the year. I think like, I'm trying to, so that I don't get like overwhelmed or like burn out, I'm trying to limit myself to like one big thing per month. And I currently have one big thing per month until October. So I'm like booked up with my big things per month. So I have a computer doodle, and then I'm just going to use some deco from the kit to mark in that I was exhausted. I figured the coffee cup doodle worked for my whoosh order, and then I have a squidge from Stick with the Plan Co for playing Sims, and a computer doodle from Paper Shire to mark in some Baldur's Gate. Okay, lastly, well not lastly, the last weekday, we'll move on to Friday. So I was working from home this day, so I have a quarter box to mark that in. And although doing the like 2 back-to-back days was exhausting, like having a work from home day on a Friday was very nice. I then trained after work. My club's competition, oh I forgot I have like a whole sheet of extra little things that are like patterned and stuff, and I haven't used them at all. I'll use a pink for it though. Yeah, my club's competition in May, entries opened this day and they were going pretty quickly, so I made sure that I got my entry in. And I'm going to use another little thing just to mark in a few little life admin things. And then we played some Baldur's Gate all evening. And I had some wine because I made it. This is like my last week of having to do this change to my, well, I didn't have to, I offered to, but the last week where I was gonna be doing this slight change to my like working pattern. So I'd got through it and hadn't got super burnt out and had to have time off work and stuff about changing it. So I was actually pretty proud of myself for keeping up with it and like managing it well enough that I didn't overdo things, because you know I'm always overdoing stuff. I have a Lottie that's like, it said boss in it on the bottom, but I've cut that bit off because I didn't really need it to say that, but that's to mark in getting my entry in. Then I have some deco for my life admin, and then another Lottie with some wine for gaming and drinks in the evening. Okie dokie, moving on to Saturday. I'm going to start off with a patterned quarter box. So I started off the day by setting up my April monthly, which I'm really happy with how that's turned out because it looks super cute. And I think by the time this video goes up, that video will have gone up. So you'll have already seen it. I then went to team training. My coach was at team training and I haven't seen her for a while because she's been like super busy. So we had some, like a good catch up after team training. Just marking that in with a little thing. And then I had to go and pick up the groceries after training. That's not the sheet I wanted. I might mark in like the chats a little bit bigger actually, because I did stay for like half an hour after I'd finished training, which normally when I'm finished training I just like come straight home. But it was nice to be hanging out with everyone. Okay, so we'll put that in for post-training catch-ups, chats. Then I went to pick up the shopping, and then in the evening not in the evening, like basically just before I went to go pick up the shopping, I started feeling like kind of crappy, and I was basically like getting a headache. I'm not super keen on having like blue and then blue there. I might switch that one out. Yeah, if I do green, and then I'll put in that I had a headache. So yeah, so we were gonna walk Reg and then I was gonna go pick up the shopping on my like click and collect slot, but I was like, I'm just gonna go pick up the shopping and then I'm gonna go lie down for like an hour. So it was really annoying because I was having a really good day, like had a really good training session, had really nice like chats with everyone after training, and then I just felt like crap for the rest of the evening. So I just had a super lazy evening. That is so wonky. I don't know how I didn't realise that was so wonky. And then I tried to like make myself feel better by having a shower, washing my hair. See, I've picked out loads of colours for this day, which like, and then realising, oh, I actually need this colour, oh, I actually need this colour. So, not purple. So, there. The last thing that I'm going to mark on Saturday is that the clocks changed. So this is the day the clocks went forward in the UK. So I then woke up really like an hour late on Sunday. And then I'll mark in having that lazy evening, I guess with the blue. That blue that I didn't want to be like next to each other. and they've ended up next to each other anyway. Okay, so to mark in, do my April monthly, I have a pen pot doodle from the kit, and then for team training I have a weightlifting vanilla and my usual team training custom script from Plannerface. For having just some good chats, or like post-training chats, I just have a bit of deco from the kit. To mark in starting to get a headache, I have a Lottie with a headache. For getting the groceries, I have the grocery doodle from the kit. For my lazy evening, I have this like binge watch vanilla because I just kind of dissociated in front of a computer screen watching stuff or like listening to it. And then I have this alarm clock icon and a clocks forward script, which is from my like custom set of holidays from Plannerface. The fact that this goes like blue, pink, purple is not my favourite. I'm trying to work out how I can change it around to maybe have a green in here somewhere. I could just switch this out for something green. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that before it's fully stuck down. Okay, I feel like that looks a bit more balanced. Moving on to Sunday, the first thing that I'm marking this day is that it's Mother's Day in the UK. So as I said, me and my mum agreed that she didn't really want to do anything for Mother's Day because we were in Berlin like 2 weeks ago. The first thing I'm marking is that I slept in a bit this morning because I just woke up at my usual time, but all the clocks had changed, so it was slightly late. Because I'm still not feeling like 100%, I didn't do my full like Sunday reset, so I just did a few little bits and pieces so that my kind of space still felt good. But yeah, it was too much to be like cleaning like the whole house or like doing my little blitz in the morning. I still did my 2 hours of overtime because I had signed up for it, so I couldn't cancel. So the way that they're doing our overtime now, I think I've explained it, it's like bank hours. So if you say you're going to do it, you're going to do it that day. Like you can't really change your mind on the day. And then currently do my memory planning. I will be doing my editing afterwards, hopefully. It might only be the April, we'll see how I feel, like the April monthly setup. I'm then going to be doing my March reflection. I think I want to use a little bit of purple in the evening. So yeah, I'm going to mark in my March reflection. The weather is really nice today, but I know that I will not feel great if I stay outside in the sun for too long because I've like barely stopped myself from getting a migraine yesterday. And then I'm going to use a half box to mark in having a lazy evening. I think I'll need to move some of the weekend banner out of the way. Please don't rip. That would be very inconvenient for me. Oh, that's like perfect. I know I've said before that I was really excited about the day that I started getting spacing right, and I feel like this week I got a lot of spacing right. So even though I'm not feeling great, that's really made my morning, I think. So Mother's Day again is from that set of custom holiday scripts that I got from Plannerface. I cannot remember what font they are. Pillow deco, pillow doodle even from the kit. I used the vacuum doodle for my little bit of Sunday resetting. My usual vanilla clocking in for overtime. I feel like this is my craft knife telling me that it's time to replace the blade. Overtime is a custom script from Plannerface. If you want the code, let me know. I then have the planner doodle from the kit and also the laptop doodle. I don't edit on a laptop, but that'll be for my memory planning and editing. And then using a little bit of deco from the kit, and using this deco over here as well, I wanted to use this full box over here, and that'll be to mark in my March reflection. I have done all of my highlights page. I did that yesterday morning, but I just need to actually fill in the reflection, and then I'm going to be playing some Baldur's Gate with Becca later, so I'm marking that in with a vanilla gaming. So that is everything. Well, that is all my stickers down for this week. I'm really happy with how this has turned out so far. It's very springy, very colourful, and I actually got the sizing fairly right for once, so that's very exciting. I guess because it's like a kind of standard week, it's easier for me to work out how much space I need for everything, whereas the past couple of weeks have been a bit more unusual. I'm going to go fill all this out, and I'll be back in a second to show you the final spread. So here's the spread all filled out, and I'm really happy with how this has turned out. There's a little bit touch and go at the weekend when I had like all of those issues with like what colours I wanted to use for what stickers, but yeah, it looks so bright and springy. I'm really excited to start moving it into some more springy spreads, and yeah, I feel like I made a good use of this mystery kit, so I should be using them more often. I'm gonna have to keep telling myself that. I always forget to say at the beginning of the video, but I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code in the description to save yourselves a little bit of money, and also mention me for a seasonal freebie. I think by the time this video goes up, there will be new seasonal freebies, but you can't use my code on mystery kits, which is what this one is. But it should be back next year as a non-mystery kit, like the art, I mean. So yeah, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!